these are my new nails. Don't look at that one, I broke it. But these are my new nails. Actually, as soon as I finished, if you hear a sound, it's the laptop. As soon as I finished, what's it called? The video of my tattoos. I did these like right after, like when I finished filming. So I've had these on for about a week. Okay, and so I'm sorry for the noise that my laptop makes it. So you can tell from the title, I will be reading from the laptop. I'm gonna read scary stories. I think I'm gonna read one. I haven't read anything and so if it gets too scary, I'm gonna stop because I'm a scaredy cat. Also, by the way, this is my natural hair. My natural hair. What do you guys think? Also, I have you guys like in a weird position because, like I said, we moved the room around. Like you could see like a big baby Yoda right there and the little one right there. So my bed is more this way, and then like I'm at my little desk, and I don't have like a tripod that's small enough to like fit you, because my other tripod, it's like a big thing, right? And then it has the lamp up on top, and that's where you put the phone, and so it doesn't fit. Like you guys would be like up here, like way up here. So yeah, let's get started. I talk too much, I realize that, but let's get started to reading scary stories on Reddit. I think it's pronounced Reddit. So yeah, scary time. Okay, so it says, be careful. You guys aren't steady, by the way. You guys could move at any moment because I tried everything I could to make you guys still, but oh well. So be careful what you wish for. After walking aimlessly for what had to be close to 3 hours, I finally realized that I had no recollection of what my final destination was. Even worse, I had no idea who I was. I decided to just keep moving forward in hopes of regaining some memories. It was hard to see very far ahead of me thanks to the fact that it was about as dark as a television screen when it turns off, but as I continued forward, I felt as if I was constantly being watched. I decided to stop and look around, and that's when I noticed it. A big, toothy grin, very resemblant to the treasure cat, seemed to float down from nothingness that was above me. Who are you? I called out as I laughed in my head for thinking I'd get a response from a floating mouth. I'd been walking for hours, and I didn't put the idea of hallucinations out of the picture. That's when she made herself visible. She had this bright aura around her as if she was wrapped in 4 stacks of LED lights. Who am I? She said with a kind of maniacal giggle in her tone. Let's just put it this way. You have one wish left. I was struggling to comprehend what I was seeing, but I managed to gather my thoughts enough to form a sentence. One wish left. I stood there still confused, trying to put the pieces together. So you're like a genie? Yeah, a genie. Let's go with that, she answered in a way that didn't sit right with me, but I managed to brush it off. So if I have one wish left, that would mean that I had already used 1 and 2, I asked with an almost shaky undertone, because what could I have wished for that would have led me to where I am? Correct. Your second wish, you asked me to make you forget everything. That's the answer to my question. Of course, I'm sure I didn't mean everything, but with how this has gone so far, I'm not surprised that that's how she's interpreted. I started to think of how I could fix this with just 1 wish left. I think I know what I want my wish to be, and given where I'm at, I think I have to go for it. I wish I knew exactly who I was. She smiled in such a way that made me feel a lump of regret growing in my gut. Funny, she snickered. That was your first wish. She disappeared quicker than she had arrived, and I was stood there in total darkness just as I was 30 minutes ago. Only this time I remembered where I was going, but now that I did, I started to remember what drove me to want to forget. Oh, that was loud. Oh, wow. That's interesting to say stories. But let me get my coffee. I left it over here, by the way. Always need my coffee because I love coffee. Okay. It says Lumpy Larry's Sin. Hi, my name is Ronnie, and I have to tell you about my brother Larry. He's my visitical or visitile twin brother. I call him Lumpy Larry. He's not conscious or anything, but he has a tooth and sometimes he burps. I always lie and say I farted. People tell me my farts sound weird. I guess that's how I got my nickname, Raspberry Ronnie. I'm 18 and 6'4", light red hair. I hate the word ginger. And I wear thin wire frame glasses. I'm pretty overweight, 275 pounds on a good day, but that's intentional. You see, Lumpy Larry is located on my lower right abdomen, just above my belt line, thankfully. When I was at normal weight, Lumpy Larry would protrude into my shirt, and on occasion his tooth could be seen stretching the fabric due to his proximity to my groin. I'll leave it to you to imagine the kind of taunts I received from my cruel little classmates. I figured I'd rather be the fat kid than the freaky perv. As I said, Lumpy Larry isn't conscious. Really, he's just a large, smooth bump, like an oversized pimple. He has a irregularly shaped mouth that sort of funnels down to God knows where. I have no idea what his mouth is connected to, and frankly, I never want to know, but whatever it is, it's nasty. His burps smell atrocious, like rotting eggs in a hot car. You can smell me before you see me. I am constantly enveloped in a cloud of Axe body spray. Sometimes the smell of Larry's burps escape my shirt through, and trust me, it happens. You'll know if you don't immediately lose your lunch. You might catch a glimpse of me sprinting into the bathroom to douse myself in more perfume. You may ask why I never had my brother surgically removed, and well, the answer is complicated. My dad left before I was born. All I know about him is that he had some sort of act he performed in the carnival he traveled with. I've never met him, don't even know his name. My mom fell heavily into religious fundamentalism after he left, so we're a strict pro-life family. I was raised to love the Lord. The Bible is the literal word of God, and I am his servant. My mom is prominent in our church community. She leads the weekly Bible study, essentially the preacher's #1 fan, and handles the church's finances. She loves the power seriously. I sometimes wonder what she would do if she ever lost it. That's why she's always so strict with me. It's important to keep up appearances. Well, at least as much as you can while living in a dumpy trailer park like ours, despite our disintegrated neighbors and poverty. Aim intended to take you home and ate well enough so you think keeping Larry is unscientific or medically hazardous or ugly or whatever it is. I don't care. It doesn't matter what any of you say. Lumpy Larry's my brother. I love him and I'll always protect him, which is why I have to warn you. I don't know if this is a scary story. Yeah, I don't think this is a scary story. I think this guy's just ranting about something. Maybe. My garden. Like I said, I didn't read these beforehand because I want it to be like a surprise to me. Okay, I think this one might be scary. I love my flowers, I really do. I cannot imagine a world without them. The roses outside my window, the tulips in my garden, the snowdrops on the table, every flower I own receives the best care you could ever dream of as a flower. I tend to them with love and care every free awake minute. I think they deserve the best spots, the best soil, and the best nutrients. I don't think there's anything I wouldn't do for them. One day I walked by the cemetery to run some errands, but something caught my eye. A bush of roses growing on one of the graves. It looked really healthy for some reason, even though I knew the cemetery janitor barely watered the poor thing. It stood tall with the vibrant colors. I was confused for a moment until I realized it had plenty of nutrients from the corpse. managed to get my own flowers some special care. They are now healthier and more vibrant in color, standing tall and proud. I just hope the bullies won't find it suspicious that the soil under my bushes are newly dug up and put back. I guess I have to plant some grass, or else they might connect my 16 flower bushes with the 16 missing people, because I just simply love my flowers. Did she steal corpses? Did she take corpses so her flowers could grow better, beautifuler? Oh no. Okay, let's see this one. I don't know. I haven't read these. Well, this is a long story. So they might be like scary, creepy stories. I don't know how I'll name in this title after all. Young couple. Okay, I'll read this one. It might be creepy. Be warned. A young couple has been arrested due to reports of illegal substance trade and abuse. Upon inspection of the rundown home, my team and I not only found said items, but also a malnourished little boy. The thing about an isolated shelter in the woods is that you don't hear the falling of a tree the same way it doesn't hear yours. I felt my heart constrict at the sight. The way his skin clung to his ribs spoke of the crimes that no child should ever go through. Cuts and bruises littered his frame, that I was afraid to lay a touch in fear of breaking him. Shrieks and cries erupted from his mouth when he was gently carried off the property and into the care of social services. Feral hands clawed at anyone who dared to approach him as he kept shouting for release. Multiple attempts of escape was made, and after a month of trying, the boy finally managed to run away. It didn't take long for us to find him. When we did, we saw his scrawny body in a fetal position a block away from his home. A flash of recognition took over his face when he saw us and pleaded for us not to take him away again. He immediately sat up and shifted into a begging position as one of us took steps toward him. The way he wore it the second time around was so gut-rolled that it betrayed his frail bones. A child psychiatrist was called in for assistance in hopes of figuring out the reason for the boy's actions. After an hour or so, her heeled steps rang in our direction, her face paler than that of a ghost. What she uttered next made our stomachs drop as we felt the life drain away from our bodies. You need to check the backyard. The anticipation shrouded us in that room as if it was drowning us alive. Her brown eyes looked even more sunken as she struggled to continue her words in a tone of voice laced with so much defeat. No amount of experience could ever have prepared us for the horror of humanity, for the horror of the current reality. A trembling hand clutched at her chest as an almost whisper left her tongue. They made him eat his baby brother the first time he tried to run away. Oh my gosh, my eyes got watery. I can't do this anymore. I thought, because I read stories before on here. I read like Spanish childhood stories. But I never read scary stories because I get scared myself, or creepy stories because these are creepy stories. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna read one more. Okay, one more, and that's it. Unless my AC is turning on, which I think it is. Yeah, okay, I'll be back and I'll finish the last story. Alright, my AC turned off. I put my hair up. I've been putting my hair up like this for a while now. I know it looks weird. I look like a little peacock. But yeah, I just put like a clip. I don't know if you can tell. I don't even know how it looks from the back. Don't judge me. I also like do my hair like I got tiny. But well, last story called 9-year-old girl. 9-year-old girl. I'm in a dark room. My dad is there and my friends. I smile until I see a man I've never seen before as he walked past my family and friends, and they disappear. Of course, there's a plane right now, like don't really know if I'm gonna like the lighting of this video. Gosh, this plane is driving me nuts. I'm glowing. Okay. I smile until I see a man I've never seen before. As he walks past my family and friends, they disappear. They were all gone. I can hear the screams and plead for me to help them. I collapse, crying. I can't move. The man's walking towards me. I run as fast as I can. I have to get away from him. So he stopped running. You can't get away, said the stranger, but I kept running. My breath starts to get heavy and I lose my ability to breathe. I collapse as the man slowly walks towards me. He smiled and said, If you breathe it because I give you air. I don't think this one's like grammatically correct, but okay. He grabs my neck as he lifts me up. He said, next time don't run away or you won't live to see the light of day again. He drops me. I look up at him and he smiles as he disappears. I'm alone in the dark room and I hear my friends again calling for me to come back. I wake up with cold sweat falling around my face. My breath is heavy. I get up to get a drink. I scream when I see my dad in the kitchen. He jumps and looks at me. Hey girlie, what are you doing awake? I was just getting a drink. Why are you up, Daddy? I ask as I walk to the fridge. He looks at me and he answers, oh, no reason, my little girl. I walk up to him and wrap my arms around his neck. He smiles and rests his hand on my arm. I went back to my room after standing next to my dad for a while. I could tell he was sad. I didn't know why. It takes me forever to fall asleep, but when I finally do, it's a good sleep. Well, almost. I hear my mom in my sleep along with the words the man said to me. I tried to listen to my mom's voice, not the man's. I woke up when the sun was shining. It was Saturday, after all. I get up, make myself some cereal. I walk to the windows to see my dad is not at work. To see if my dad is at work or not. His car is here, so I run to wake him up. Once he's finally awake, I asked him to take me to my BFF's house. He does, happily. I missed you so much, she yelled when she opened the door. I giggled. You saw me yesterday, dum-dum. Yeah, but that was a whole like forever ago. You're special. Heck yeah, I'm amazing too, Kate replies with a hair flip. I laughed as we ran into her room. She has a massive dollhouse and tons of Barbies. Around dinner, I walked out to go home and gave Kate a big hug. Not too long after, I met a cute little puppy. I crossed the road and the man grabbed my arm. I tried to run and scream, but she doesn't let go. And no one can hear me. Don't run if you don't. I'll hurt this puppy. Do you understand? He said. His arm wrapped around my waist. I nod. He leads me into his car. The aftermath of Zoe. What happened to this little 9-year-old brought so much outrage to the public. There were searches for